My skin is black.
What you looking
My
at?
skin
Yeah,
is black.
I feel so good
My
to be
skin
black right now.
is black.
What you look?
Welcome to episode 98 of the Black in Fashion podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This episode is brought to you by Shop Gentlemen's VS. Gentlemen's VS, which stands for Gentlemen Very Special, is a menswear clothing line. They are here to help men normalize and adapt practices of self-care through the psychology of color and comfort. Use discount code BeGentleman to get a discount. This episode is also brought to you by Sidity, and experience a sweeter side to waxing with sugaring, an aesthetically enhancing hair removal method trusted by queens. With only 3 main ingredients, lemon, water, and sugar, Cleopatra's method can make your Kooty Kat the softest it has been in years. Ingrowns, unruly hair, and painful breakouts are about to be a thing of the past. Just visit Kay at Sidity Suite. Sidity Suite is located in Ridgewood, Queens, ran and operated by a licensed esthetician, a Brazilian specialist, lash esthetician, brow sculpting, vajacial, and booty facials. So, you guys, make sure you go to the Sidity Suite. I've been there. She does my lashes. She does my sugar waxing. So, get into it. So today I am joined with Mikara.
Hey girl!
So this is your second time seeing Mikara on the Black in Fashion podcast. We did an episode not too long ago where we just kind of discussed like her background and little things about branding and styling and marketing, all that jazz. So if you guys don't know by now, me and Mikara have partnered to put together a master class. That master class is next Saturday, so start counting down. By the time you hear this, though, it'll be that Saturday. So make sure you get your tickets. It is called the Building Your Fashion Brand Masterclass.
Yes. 8 hours of jam-packed of building your brand. You do not need to have a business or fashion background, because I will be teaching you how to do brand development, focusing more on targeting your audience so you can structure your business all around that. And then we're going to have guest panelists, and then we're also going to be having Lenice teaching you how to do the product development, the whole zhuzh.
Yeah, the whole product development, all the production. So it's definitely going to be a lot of information there. So I just wanted to take this podcast just to kind of maybe go over some of the topics and stuff like that we were going to just, be talking about at the masterclass, and maybe kind of give you guys like a run through of how it's going to go. It's probably a good idea for us to pop on live. That way, if anything, we can answer some questions to people as well that people might be wanting to listen to us live. So let's do that too.
That'd be
I'm gonna hop on the LC live, let them know that we're on the Black in Fashion podcast.
Oh, also, we are also having a last minute discount, because there was some early birds who got the worm. Okay, but we giving something for the last minute. It's not as much.
We shouldn't.
Right. It's even though it's not as much, but it's something. Okay.
It's
something. You better get it quick, because we a little under 10 days until our masterclass.
Yes. Is that good? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if you just want to start, Mikara, and just talk a little bit about some of the things that you will be hitting on throughout the masterclass, throughout the first half of the masterclass, and then we can kind of bounce off of each other.
So I was actually just sending you my little PowerPoint because I've reconstructed. So I will definitely be we're definitely going to be doing a lot of participation, because during the research, a lot of people do not hit on market research and just trying to figure out your target audience. So we're going to be doing a lot of hands-on, and I'm also going to be giving you the formula of how I went about getting Souk and Sepia brands around. So finding your target market, your brand core, and also your brand personality. And I'm also going to be providing you guys some critiques on my very first own business that I had back when I was 21, and the failures that I did, and it's all because that I did not know my target audience. So we're going to watch a nice little video, and you guys are going to critique it, and then we're going to go right into, structuring your very own business so you won't have the same failures as I did.
Gotcha. So for those who are just tuning in on the live, we're talking about the Building Your Fashion Brand Masterclass that we're hosting next Saturday. There is a virtual and an in-person option. Mikara was just going over the different things that she'll be specifying, starting with target consumer. How important is it to have your target consumer nailed down before you start designing your collection?
It's very, very important because number one, you can focus on how you want to structure your design if you actually design it, or before you get your merchandise. So you're resolving your target market solutions, because I mean, who's going to be buying your designs? It's not just you, your friends, your family. Like, you want a whole ecosystem, buying and supporting you. So knowing your merchandise or your design that you're going to be having before, and also cuts down on your fabric sourcing and all the other extra, detailing that goes with your target market solution. Also, because niche, everyone talks about having a niche, but when you focus on knowing your target market first, you can shape everything around it, and then you also need to have that parallel of what you want, because everything is starting with you, but it needs to be centered around your target market, and also your business model. Your business model also just needs to be structured around your target audience. When you do that, everything will just fall in line, and your consumer will just, whatever you drop, it will just, your target audience will be like, I want it, without even thinking about it.
Yeah. To answer the question I saw in there, will you be able to view this later? We're not saving this live, so if you're not in it to catch it right now, then you're just not going to get any of the information about the fashion branding workshop. However, we are in the middle of recording a podcast, so it'll be available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all that stuff this next week before we actually have it. So if you guys have any particular questions for people in the lab about the building your fashion brand workshop, definitely throw it in there. Mikara was just going over how important it is to understand your target consumer before you start designing. So just to kind of add and piggyback off of that, I know there are a lot of designers out there that's just like, oh, I want to make clothes for everybody, but it's just like, it's not possible to make clothes for every single person.
Right.
There is a target demographic that you should put your focus into, because it makes a lot of difference when it comes to the fit of the garments, even down to the fabrication. Because if your target consumer is, vegan or sustainable, she don't want leather garments. She doesn't want certain things. So understanding and breaking down who that woman is, and not just what she wears, but literally her life,
her age, mood,
what she does,
where she hangs out, where her friends do, where she vacations, where she eats. Like, we're gonna be doing some hands-on exercises. I literally, this whole weekend, I'm laying out the worksheets, so you guys will actually be doing the worksheets while I'm in class. So a lot of my portion, I'm going to be giving you guys, background of what to do, keywords to understand, and then we're also going to be doing, a lot of, interaction worksheets, because market research is not just a one-step thing. This is an ongoing process. You definitely need to take the time out of at least 6 months to thoroughly do this. And if you are a brand that already started their line, the good thing is with that is that you have people to talk to, versus someone that you just don't know where your target market is. You're just going to have to go in forum rooms or go on social media. You're going to have to find where you're really just starting from scratch. So I'm going to be giving you those tools at the masterclass.
Perfect. So I think it's important for you guys to take and educate yourself on all information that is being thrown out there. Mikara also has a YouTube page, and she also throws out like a lot of different education throughout her page, and so do I. I think that as a designer, you have to constantly be a student of the business. As she said, like, market research doesn't stop, it's ongoing. And from my experiences, there are 3 phases to marketing every time you go into a different collection. That is introductory, maintenance, and clearance. And you need to have a objective, a tactic, a strategy, and a control method for all of them every time you do it. So I know that sometimes it's hard to understand that marketing piece, but Mikara will be giving you all of the tools to understand it, to be able to do it yourself. When you're starting out, I know that it's very tricky to kind of figure out where to allocate your dollars at, especially when you need money for, sample making and pattern making and production and marketing and photo
how to get
shoots,
your logo.
There's a lot of money involved. So the more things that you can do yourself and that you can do on your own is going to make you more of a force. And as a fashion business entrepreneur, your goal is to understand every sector of the business. You don't necessarily know how to do every sector. You can have a area of the business where you specialize in, But you do need to know how to do the entire business. And that is the point of putting on this masterclass, so that you get those two main things. Along with our discussion panel, we will have fashion law attorney there. We will have, designers there, so they can kind of speak to some of the things that we're going to be speaking about. But understanding those key pieces to marketing, I think that probably is the area in which I feel designers slack the most.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to create product, in my eyes. And even if you're a sewer or a pattern maker or a creative yourself, it's very, very easy to create products. It's not easy to sell those products. It's not easy to have a strategy for those products. Verbiage. It's not always you don't even always know how to brand those products to the right people. So I really think that Mikara's part of this workshop is going to be way more beneficial than mine.
It's going to be real. It's going to be real intense, y'all.
It's going to be real intense. Let me pop my hat for that.
The latest project that I had was Sukin Sepia and Semi Sienna. So I've been working with them since December of 2020. So I helped them build their social media, their verbiage, their communication. What was her return retention rate was very, very high when I started, and I wanted to decrease it along with not match, but decrease the complaints that she were getting, which was a lot of fittings were not, the proportions weren't fitting the women that are more curvy, and then the athleisure was a hindrance of her starting the Semi Sienna. And so
let me pop in right there with
Go ahead.
So when Mikara is mentioning fit, that is more of the product development. But when we even do consultations and work with people, the first question is, who is your target consumer? Right. Because that fit is based on who that person is, what that body type is. So these two components go hand in hand. Who the target consumer is, and how the garment should fit. Are you tackling petites? Mm-hmm. Are you tackling tall? Are you tackling regular? Are you tackling hourglass? Are you tackling what's that?
Rectangle.
Rectangle.
Hair.
Square. I was gonna say after you have a baby, you something.
Oh, the new mommies.
Yeah, the new mommies.
That's the trendy word.
Yeah, it's so many
mommy makeovers.
Things. Yeah, it's so many different body types to go for, and that's why not only understanding who the woman is, but what she look like is, you need to know that too.
What is her problem that she's having? I'm gonna go over a lot of questions that you guys need to, ask, but Sukin Sepia was already, out there. So I came in to rebrand and reconstruct and just, reconstruct a lot of stuff. And what I did when I came in, they kind of reconstruct their return policy, their business model, their merchandise planning strategy, the new merchandise that was coming out. They were selling out very quickly. And then I came in with the styling, because then once that started happening, the budget started increasing. So I came in and I also added in another teammate where we had photographer, and her social media started becoming more shoppable and cleaner. But yeah, just coming in and just kind of asking, like I said, if you already a brand that already started selling, you have a starting point with people that you can ask. You need to ask, and if they're not asking, unfortunately, you're gonna have to add in some marketing dollars and add in those incentives. Like, hey, if you answer this, win a chance of, a gift certificate to Sephora, whatever your consumer likes. You need to throw in them incentives and then put it on your business plan. I will be going over that as well, and you guys will also have a cheat sheet in the back of my book with that. You can put those incentives inside of marketing, because that is marketing. You're gathering data, you're gathering insight from your potential consumer.
So just to add on, for any guys who just joined, we're talking about the Building Your Fashion Brand Workshop. It is next Saturday, September 18th. I think Jaleesa popped into the room. Jaleesa's going to be there as well. I was going to send you an email to confirm. Shit.
Don't fall, girl.
Don't fall, yeah. I was going to send you an email to confirm, but Jaleesa should be there as well as a part of our discussion panel. The discussion panel is going to be an hour during our lunch break, and we're going to just, take a couple questions and stuff like that. So make sure you guys are signed up. We do have this event available virtual and in person. If you're watching right now, you can go to the link in my bio. It's right there. It says Building Your Fashion Brand Workshop, and you can sign up for the virtual session or the in-person session. I'm going to go over and talk a little bit about what I'm going to go over in the product development and production process. My entire process. Yes, she'll be there. Perfect. She confirmed right there.
Hey,
My part of the process is going to be a lot more of the technical side and understanding fabrications, understanding construction, understanding fit, even down to like costing when it comes to factory negotiations. So, you know, everyone wants to go into manufacturing. They want to go into manufacturing, but they're not thinking about all of the costs that are associated with manufacturing. You're not just paying for cut and sew. You have to pay for grading. You have to pay for bulk fabric, bulk trims, labeling, surface design. Like, there's multiple components of the manufacturing process. So it's super duper important that you guys understand the difference between product development and production. They are two separate things, and you need two separate budgets for them. Product development is your investment. That is what you're going to be spending on the foundation of the brand, which is creating that perfect fit. So that's that pattern. Fabric sourcing, making sure you source the, you know, the best fabrics, you know, things that don't peel and things that have good wicking ability or absorbency, just depending on the market that you're going to, like really good quality fabrics. And of course, testing out different construction techniques. Should we be using flat fell seams, French seams? You know, there's multiple different ways of seaming, different threads that you should be using during certain constructions of certain garments, different inner workings. So I'm going to be going into detail about all of that stuff. So do not go out Friday night, people. Because
have your breakfast, girl, because I'm the first one.
Right, I was like, do not go out Friday night, because if you go out,
I'm gonna be
Friday
banging y'all in the head, because we ain't moving until y'all answer when I'm up.
Yeah, it's gonna be information overload, so you definitely want to make sure that you have a good night rest Friday night. Friday is actually a NYC Garment District Tour Fashion Week edition as well, so you'll get some of those components of just walking down the in the Garment District. We're doing a lot of different seeing different vendors and different things and stuff like that. However, you can't move on into production, like I said, until you understand your target consumer. So a lot of the marketing stuff, and I always tell people that you have to test the market, and Mikara will go over this in her section. You have to test the market before you go into production. You can design a beautiful collection of 7 y'all can't, I don't know why you can't hear. The audio isn't working on my end. Damn, they can't hear us?
Oh, your thing is probably low.
Let me turn
Your iPhone probably. No, your battery.
Battery is low. Oh, y'all, sorry.
Yeah, iPhone.
Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, can you hear me now? Ooh, that ain't good.
iPhone be trying to get you.
Is that why? Can y'all still hear me? Can I take out a little power mode?
Oh no, they be turning off certain features, like when your battery like at a certain percentage or it's too hot.
Can y'all hear me now? Damn, that's gonna be jacked up. You can't hear. Oh well, sorry guys. You guys are gonna have to hear it on the podcast.
Right. They wasn't asking though.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna just start it over. Nope. Let me. What I want to do? Download the video, but I'm gonna start it over. I didn't know my phone was so low. It's okay. I saved it though. Damn. Oh. But anyway, go back in here. Maybe they can hear me this time when I go. Shit, I forgot where I was.
You was talking about you have to know your target consumer.
Right. Okay. So I think that testing the market is going to be super duper important beforehand, because like I'm saying, you can make a beautiful collection. That does not mean that every single piece in the collection is going to be a hot sale. So this is technically, you should be doing edits afterwards. So you can put everything out there on social media, on your websites, you know, the whole shebang. You can put everything out there. However, if there is certain styles that get better, what's the word I'm looking for? Better traction than others, then we didn't hear a good chunk. Sorry, I'm saying it over. If there's styles that didn't get a lot of traction, there's no point in putting those styles into production.
Or the color.
Or
you
the
also
color.
have
like
to be mindful of color, because a lot of women do not like wearing color. A specific color a color that women do not wear, that's common, that's not worn, is green. Green is a very funny color that many women do not wear. If you're targeting a redhead, which is not very many black people, but green
I hear that a lot. I heard that, it's crazy, that's a long term thing, because I heard that when I was in school, in design school, which was, girl, I'm about to age myself, like 15 years ago, and we talked about green. We talked about green and how green just was not like a good color at all. So I'm saying that to say to test the market. And even with sizing, you may think that you want to go extra small to extra large, and then you end up testing out the market and seeing that you only need to go small, medium, large. So don't hop into grading things or hop into buying certain fabrics and certain colors, because that can instantly change once the market is tested out, which is the whole point of having a marketing strategy and having a branding strategy to kind of go over. Like she said, it doesn't stop. So one marketing plan is going to be another marketing plan. It's going to be constant, like, market research and stuff like that. And you say surveys and stuff like that too? Surveys,
asking a question. Yeah, you have to get insight. You have to get insight. You need to get in their minds. You need to get in their lives, what they do, their moods. Not everything, but
everything.
I will give you questions, baseline questions that you guys can steer off of, and then as you guys go into your own, you guys need to build off of it.
Yep.
Because I know one person that filled out an assessment that I sent out. One is doing children wear. So some of the questions, a lot of the questions that I have as a baseline, she cannot base off of that, because that's what kids can't go out on their own and go have dinner night and stuff like that.
So you got to base it on the parents.
Correct. So, and also another thing with her, I'm going to have to point out to her, she has to attract the parent and the child. She needs to attract both of them, because the parent is the one with the money, and then the child is also the one that likes it. So she has to attract two, not just one consumer.
Gotcha. And on the production side, I'm so sorry, I can't wait. Oh, you're gonna be there? Oh, good.
Which one is that?
She said her name is Cleopatra. You better sign up, girl.
Okay.
Yeah, it's less than 10 days away, so you better get on it, honey. Virtual or in person, I promise you're gonna get.
And also, virtual students, I sent y'all out an email. If y'all are still interested in those fashion bags, you do have to pay for shipping and handling, but it will be mailed out on the 20th. I know one person contacted me
about the handbags.
Yes.
Yeah. How do I set up a consultation with you all? Well, you can come to our fashion branding workshop virtually, or you can come in person. But as far as consultation goes, the link is in the bio if you want a design consultation with LC Apparel Consulting. And Mikara, do you have a catalog, like a conference, like a appointment thing on yours too?
Yes, you can go on my in my Instagram. It's Mikara, MIKARAREID.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Cleopatra said she already signed up. She's in Florida. Okay. Perfect. So
yes,
we'll look for it. If
Florida.
you guys have any particular questions about the things that we're going to be covering, please throw them out there now, and maybe somebody else who has that same question, or if you guys want to just understand the flow. But we are starting with branding and marketing, of course, the first half of the day, because it will segue right directly into product development and production and costing. But if there's anything in particular that you guys want to throw out there that you wanted more information about, please feel free to do so, and we can answer any of those questions you have. I want to touch a little bit on dollars. If you plan on being a designer that outsources every single thing, which I do find that often, I think that you are selling yourself short, because you're not really encompassing and learning everything. You're not being a student of the business that you want to be in.
You're getting a quick dollar.
Yeah, it's you're spending a lot of money, and you're not learning. And it's okay to spend money on, in my opinion, you should spend money on mentorship, education, coaching, things like that, because you have to think about entrepreneurship as a whole. You always want to cut your overhead costs and your operational costs. If you have to outsource every single part of your business, all that money is going out the door, and you're not seeing a huge return on your investment. You have to know how to do something by yourself. So if you're not a sewer or a pattern maker, you need to get your ass into marketing and understand that part of the business to the T.
Yes.
If you are understand that to the T. Yes. But then if you're not great at marketing, you better know how to sew and pattern make your ass off. So
if
it's like
you are,
something has to balance out where it's some part of the business. You should know everything within your business, but it has to be some part of the business that you master yourself. One thing I would not try to master is law. Jaleesa will speak about that when it comes to trademarks and all of that stuff like that. I wouldn't try to do trademarks on your own and business formation and stuff like that on your own. That's one part of the business that you should outsource. Keep you a lawyer on deck. Okay. Keep a lawyer and someone on deck that can advise you. That is one part of the business that I would never myself try to figure out. It's like, Girl, that's like trying to be a doctor. Like
No,
oh yeah, I can do
ma'am.
this on my own. Like,
Yeah,
no,
no.
you can't. Sorry to break it to you, but if you didn't go to law school, highly unlikely that you won't be able to do it on your own. I think that marketing and product development are things that you can learn how to do on your own, depending on how much time you're willing to put into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that the way I did take a look at your Google Sheets and stuff like that, me and Joanna Elise was looking at them today, and I think the way she has it laid out is so simplified that it's easy to follow. And I think sometimes the marketing part scares designers because they're such creatives that they don't really know how or what to do. But I think that the way Mikara is going to be teaching it is very simplified, that you can do it, honey. And I don't think there's a lot of things that you can simplify on my end as far as like product development and pattern making goes. Like there's no shortcuts there. Like you really got to get in there and really learn that stuff. But the way Mikara is breaking down, she's giving you all the tools of the trade, honey. You don't have it.
Yeah, I've been working on a book. So students who are attending Building Your Fashion Brand, you guys are actually getting the hybrid manuscripture book of it. So you're going to be getting a lot of tea inside of it along with some of the points. But as far as the PowerPoints, I wanted to touch on strategically the target audience, because for me, I feel like starting out with your target audience and shaping your brand around it is so much more important. You'll shave so much money in trial and error off of doing this way, and me just doing that with Suka Seppi and Simi Sienna, it worked out so much more, and they use it for their third brand that they branched off of. So I feel like, well, thank you for the compliment, girl.
I looked at it because it was break, because I was just like, I have been intimidated. Back in, I ain't gonna say right now I'm not intimidated by marketing, but if I would have had the way you laid it out in the beginning, I feel like I may have been way more further along.
Right.
If I had it laid out like that. I think that marketing was one of the things that a designer that scared me in the beginning. And then it's so hard to put your vision in somebody else's hands. So I'm stuck between, I don't want to put my vision in someone else's hands, but I also don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Right. You know? So because every time I saw something about marketing, it was always just like, oh my God, it's too much information.
It's a lot.
Overload.
It's a lot.
I think the way that you're teaching it, the templates, the way you're going about it, like the exercises and stuff like that, it gets a lot easier, I think, and especially when you change your mindset. Change your mindset to like really realize all the different things that you can do and actually absorb all the principles, because listening to something and comprehending the information and executing the information is different. So someone can throw a whole lot of information at you, which is typically what they do in most learning institutions, but actually working through and going through exercises and getting feedback and critiques right on the spot, I think is what's going to be very beneficial to your learning and the growth of your businesses.
And also another thing that puts me in a different position is this is a point that I'm going to be making at the masterclass. A lot of people, they'll position me as a brand strategist, but I have a little bit more of a different position because I've actually worked in the fashion industry. And when I mean work, I mean like I've been a model when I was 16. I've done styling on many different aspects. I've also done the advertising part when it comes to Louis Vuitton and other little small brands. And then I'm also working with independent fashion companies now, where it's more direct to consumer. So what's different for me and a brand strategist, I mean, they probably went to school and they're probably going off of the books and, their experiences versus me. Like I'm able to know what is going to be read. Well, I'm going to say a guesstimate of which way it's going to go. And then I'm able to kind of tweak as we go versus a brand strategist that just went to school. I have a little bit more, experience, knowledge, and I've actually been in it.
Gotcha. So if anyone in here has any questions, I think we don't want to give you guys too much information, of course, because we want you to come to the class. Anybody who's attending in person, there will be, of course, lunch. We're giving you guys lunch and stuff like that. We'll let y'all host it up. We'll have a little drinky drink, nothing too crazy, only on the mimosa side and the Bellini side. We ain't gonna be in there throwing back shots and nothing like that, but we will make sure that the environment is very entertaining and fun, and you'll get a chance to like network with different people there that are in the fashion industry. I'm not sure if we have more people virtual or more people in person. But
we have more virtual.
Yeah. So for the people that do end up coming in person, your experience is going to be extremely intimate, you know, as far as like that real hands-on approach. It's not going to be 30, 40 people in the room. I think at the most, I think we maxed it out to what? 10. To 10. It's only going to be 10 people in the room because we wanted to keep it intimate. So I want to say we might have, like 7 or 8 spots left in there, because I think we have like 3 or 4 people that are signed up for in-person. So it may be 6 or 7 spots left for the in-person option. If not, you guys are welcome to join virtually and get all of this information. You said that the swag bags will be delivered. We're going to ship them out to them.
Yeah, we're going to ship it
out.
We're
going to ship out the swag bags. It's going to have our sponsors and stuff like that in there as well. So if you guys don't have any questions for me or Mikara in regards to branding or marketing or anything about the class you want to know from me, anything product development or production wise, definitely get your coins together, because after this class you're going to go full force into investing into yourself. Okay. If you need any individual attention, Mikara offers one-on-one consulting. I offer one-on-one consulting, mentorship, and coaching and stuff. We both offer the same things, just in 2 different aspects of the fashion business. So definitely there. Oh, is there a question there? Are tech packs necessary to start an apparel brand? No. I feel like I get that question all the time. No, because
a lot of people be having that information,
or
when they Google it, it's
why
like
they think that. Because
I'm gonna tell y'all this.
Let me break it down real quick.
Let me tell y'all this. Number one, whatever y'all read on the internet, like how I'm doing it, it's gonna ruffle your feathers. Like your wig is gonna be snatched.
And I'm about to bust your hair real quick. How can you have? I'm gonna bust your hair. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna bust your brain up real quick. So who asked me that question? T. Abby. And now, so I'm gonna tell you something, T. Abby. The reason why, and everyone listening, you will not need a tech pack to start a brand is because a tech pack is full of technical information about how to put the garment together. If you're starting, what technical information would you have? You wouldn't have any. You don't know what the seaming is. You don't know what the construction is. You don't know what the placement is yet. You don't know what the fabrication is yet. So how can you put together an entire tech and spec booklet full of information that has not been confirmed yet? That's why I'm gonna bust your head, because it's like, how do you put together a tech pack when you don't know what it is? And even for an experienced designer like myself, I'm not creating a tech pack for anyone to make anything because I don't know what it is yet. I'm creating a sketch, couple call outs here and there, like I want the neckline to stop here, I want the sleeve to be here, like, you know what I mean? So like, you can definitely make a spec sheet. And a spec sheet would just be honestly just an image or a rough draft of the garment, and you just have like certain points to it. But if anyone tells you that you need a tech pack to start out, it is an absolute lie. However, tech packs are used in overseas manufacturing, but it's still not confirmed. It might be more of a spec sheet, because I've worked in the industry for a long time, and we would make tech packs to send out to overseas manufacturers, but they weren't confirmed. We considered them more of spec sheets because this is what we want it to look like, but we have to wait for fabrics to come in. We got to wait for colors to come in. Like, it's never approved. So do not spend your money. And I saw somebody telling me people charging them $400 and $500 for tech packs for some shit that has to be
agencies.
Yeah, $400 and
$500
for tech packs when you don't even know what the shit is. Like,
or pre-made tech packs.
The only way I could see that shit working is if you were copying exactly what somebody else did, and you sat there and you measured out every single thing. But it's best to create. This is what you could do. Create your garment, measure everything, confirm everything, create a tech pack at the end of product development. Then send that tech pack overseas to get it manufactured. You don't need tech packs in USA manufacturers. But hypothetically, if you wanted to do your product development in the US and you wanted to send your stuff overseas, you wouldn't want to send your sample overseas because it might be the only one you have, and you might not never get that shit back. But if you went ahead and made the tech pack based off of the sample that was created in the US and then it was sent over, that would be a good way to use the tech pack or to create one, because you don't want to give them your sample and your pattern. That makes sense. How can I get mentoring? I'm in LA. I have about 3 mentees in LA. They meet with me every week via Zoom or FaceTime.
Hey.
So you sign up for a monthly mentorship, right? I'm like, you sign up for a monthly mentorship. We speak every week. You don't have to be in New York to be mentor. Mentor is advising, conversation, education, which can be done virtually or in person. Thank you so much for breaking down. You're welcome, girl. Anything you want to add, girlfriend? How would you mentor? You can mentor somebody over the phone too, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, virtual is a part of everybody's business now. Like, this pandemic has changed the whole landscape of everything. If a business does not have virtual, like, something's wrong with them. But yes, you can definitely do.
You can do anything virtually. Yeah. Anything. And the people who can't do stuff virtually, ooh, child.
And
well, you can't do quality control virtually.
This is true.
But that's more like, you're gonna have to do a factory pop up for that. Cause right. Like, how do you know if something's right? But I'm like, that's probably the only thing I feel like you can't do virtual is see your final garments before they're finished. Yeah, that's like something you gotta just go ahead and pop up and do. All right, is there any more question, guys? I can't wait. I hope you guys come to the masterclass. Yes. Like I said, I think it's 6 spots left on virtual. We have unlimited spots on there. Right. But definitely sign up and come and be a part of this beautiful world. We're going to give you the tools you need to be successful.
A lot of tools.
And to be profitable. That's the most important thing about the masterclass is Mikara's going to go over a couple stats with you about how most fashion businesses fail and how things, certain businesses fail within the first couple of years because they haven't done this groundwork and this foundation
all because of target audience.
All because of target audience. And profit is going to be that's going to be the word of the day next Saturday is how are we going to make this profitable? How can you be a profitable entrepreneur? Because you can be a designer and you don't have no damn money. There are designers out there with 20K followers who still live in the house with their mom because they are Instagram.
Don't even get me started with that.
They're Instagram famous, or they got they made something for it. And that's another thing. Celebrities does not equal money. I just want to throw that out there really quick. But really get in there and understand how to make your business profitable. Any tips on websites? I'm in need of it. I know it would be a hit for me to start the store. Any tips on websites? I'm in need of it. I know it would be a hit for me to start the store. What's I don't understand. You understand that question?
So are you asking what websites should you start for e-commerce? I mean, whatever's functional for your clients.
I was gonna say
Shopify, Squarespace.
Yeah. How much do we need to invest in our brand? All I have is a sewing machine and a dream.
Sweetheart, that question.
If I think that if all you have is a sewing machine and a dream, then your investment should be in education. I wouldn't say that you should invest in any services at the moment, and that yours should strictly be on the money that you have and the allocation that you do have to go towards mentorship, coaching, and any educational workshops, tours,
or books,
stuff like that. Like that should be, because you're going to have to learn how to do a lot of things on your own. Because to be completely transparent, to start a fashion brand, you need a law budget.
You
need a PR budget. You need I'm going to say PR, marketing, advertising is 3 different things. I just want y'all to know that.
Yes.
You need a budget for all 3 of those. So PR, marketing, advertising, law, business formation, copyright. You need a budget for product development. You need a budget for production. You need a budget for fabrications. You need a budget for logo design. You need a budget for packaging. So overall, depending on what it is you're making,
that's $10,000.
You $10,000 right there. But that could also be an easy $20,000 right there as well. So it's hard to put an exact number on starting a fashion brand. It depends on what you can execute on your own, and that's going to be the finding force of how much you're going to end up spending. Okay. Yeah, that's it. All right. So we about to sign on out of here.
Okay.
If there's anything else you want to add,
I can't wait to meet y'all. We're gonna have a good old time. Y'all going to get a nice little fashion startup kit that I have put together. The book, me and my author coach, she been banging me in my head, but Lord have mercy, y'all gonna get a bang for y'all bucks, because market research is not cheap, and that time spent, child.
I'm gonna be tuning into that portion. I'll be right there too with my little notebook, trying to make sure I'm doing it right, honey, because I am not gonna be. I'm gonna be sitting right there with a student.
I have made it extremely easy for you guys, because my author coach told me to write it as if it's high school level, and that is the field that I have created the PowerPoint. So you guys are going to be getting a lot of information for this masterclass. Just want y'all to know that.
Good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. As I mentioned, this is episode 98.
Hey.
Ooh,
Woo,
honey.
woo, woo. What you about to do, old lady, for the honey?
I'm gonna do a live podcast in a Black and Fashion pop-up shop. So it's gonna be a Black and Fashion pop-up shop, and I'm gonna do a live tape because it's also my 3-year anniversary. So 3-year anniversary and 100 episodes in. So we only got 2 more episodes before I'm at episode 100. So I hope you guys are enjoying this content. Of course, I think I skipped over my little segments because me and Mikara was just speaking about our fashion brand. So normally I do a segment to close out. It's called It's a Muse. So I just want Mikara to share any like a quote or an affirmation, a mantra, anything like that you utilize just to keep you motivated.
No. Next opportunity.
Oh. So the power of saying no. If something does not fit you, that's the first time I heard that. That is for the books, people.
It's right next to my book. It's right next to my desk in my office. No.
Yeah. Every opportunity is not a good opportunity. So saying no and moving on to something that better suits you.
It's a complete sentence. Like no.
No, I like that. And on that note, stay black.
Okay.
Peace out. See you guys next week.
Stay bold, girls.
See you next week for our fashion edition. This kind of week right here is fashion week, but me and Mikara said the next week is fashion week for us.
We've been building this for some time.
So next week is our fashion week. Okay. Thursday is a scavenger hunt. Friday is the tour. Saturday is the NYC Garment District tour. I just messed that up. Thursday is a scavenger hunt. Friday is the NYC Garment District Tour. Saturday is the Fashion Branding Masterclass. Afterwards, we're going to have a VIP fashion dinner. We're still working out all the logistics for that, but just know that you better be there. How about that?
Okay.
Be there or be square.
Last minute tickets, y'all. The discounts, okay?
The discount on last minute tickets.
Thank me later.
All right. Peace out, guys.